What up, everybody? It's your boys, man. We're back again. It is your boy Tony T. Tom West, man. Back again with my host, my co-host, my brother Cam, with another episode of the Cam and T podcast, bro. It's been like 2 weeks, man. Cam, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm finally doing better. I was sick last week. I was sick as I don't know what, y'all.
Yeah,
I was out. I still, you could probably still hear it, but man, last week I had seen them gates, man. I seen them, I seen them, I seen them holy gates last week, man. I thought he was
stop.
calling me. I thought he was calling me. I heard, man. I was laid up in bed, and my mom had called me because she knew I was sick.
Yeah,
And um and I usually don't like I guess I usually don't be talking the way I was talking. And I was
mhm,
on NyQuil, right? So I was already kind of out of it,
yeah,
barely paying attention. And this was earlier this week. This was what's today? Monday. This was probably yesterday.
yeah.
And she said that I had asked her, I said, when you coming home? Because I guess that's how sick I was. I was like,
Yeah.
man, sitting there crying for my mama. But man, I seen them gates, man. I thought I heard that. "Oh, yeah." Man, I was
Oh
I
my
could have swore I
God, man.
heard that.
I
I
gotta
had the
laugh,
chills
bro.
and everything, man. But I'm back at it. We good, man. We gonna get this thing rolling, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to hear you doing back. Like I said, when I talked to you last week around this time, it was rough. I was like,
Yeah,
dang, my
buddy.
boy Cam. I was like,
Yeah.
dang,
I,
my boy
I
Cam
wouldn't
down bad, boy. But I'm glad
I
to see
wouldn't
you
feel
doing better, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. I wasn't feeling it, man. I don't know I don't know if I had COVID or I know well, according to the test, I didn't have
I was
it,
about to
but
say you tested, yeah.
yeah, but mm,
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're doing better, man. Like I said, glad you're doing better. We got a fun show tonight, man. The reason we're doing it today is because Cam's actually going on a work trip tomorrow to the West Coast, so we thought it would be best to go ahead and knock out the show tonight. But we got a fun show for y'all, man. I know it's been 2 weeks, man, but we back, man. We're gonna talk about the crazy college football weekend, Clemson, Florida State, crazy game in Death Valley. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about Colorado, Oregon. Obviously, everybody watched that game. We'll talk a little bit about Notre Dame and also as well Ohio State as well, getting a big win in South Bend. Then we're gonna transition over to the NFL, the Dolphins, bro. 70 points in the NFL is crazy. Like, I can't get over
yeah.
that, bro. So we definitely gonna talk about the Dolphins, the NFL, just in general. Obviously, we're gonna talk about our sorry Panthers, man. You know we got to talk about it a little bit. And we're just gonna have a little fun tonight. So tonight gonna be fun, man. Y'all tap in with us, man. And if you haven't already, follow this link and then just tweet it out, man, and share it, whatever the case may be, so we can get more people to start listening to the show. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some college football talk, man. So obviously, y'all all know me and Cam, we Clemson guys. I think everybody at this point should know that at this point. So let's talk about what I honestly thought was truly the best game on Saturday. I personally thought it was.
Hmm.
Because to me, the Notre Dame and Ohio State game was like kind of slick, boring. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. So I honestly thought this game was the best. But Florida State versus Clemson, Florida State comes into Death Valley and gets a win for the first time in 7 years, or no, 8 years. They get a win in Death Valley, 31-24. They are 4-0 in the season right now, and Clemson drops to 2-2, pretty much essentially ending their season of anything of importance. Just to be honest, even the ACC title is pretty much out
Yeah.
of
It's
out
out
of
of the
the
picture.
realm. Yeah, it's pretty much out
Yeah.
of the
They're
picture.
going they're gonna be playing in the Cam and T podcast bowl, bro. Like it's not,
Bro, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, oh my god. Oh man. All right. Yo. Oh man. Bro, I'm sorry, y'all. That was hilarious. Whew. But anyway, Clemson season is pretty much over as far as any high expectations of anything. Everything. Bro, I can't get over that, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta get myself together. Oh, boy, you stupid. All right.
Hey, yo.
Bro, people gonna listen to this podcast and be dying, bro. Oh,
Yo.
man. All right, let
Oh,
me jump
man.
back into it. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much anything Clemson, the season is essentially over as far as any high expectations for the Clemson Tigers, which does suck as a fan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't stop laughing.
Bro,
I can't stop laughing.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm snoring, bro. Oh,
boy.
man. Oh, God. That boy said they played in the game.
Yo.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Boy, I ain't laughed that hard in a while, bro. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Boy, you was a mess. All right. Let
All
me get back into it.
My
Ooh,
bad.
all right. So, obviously, like we said, Clemson now 0-2 in the ACC, too. Let me bring that up as well. Losing to Duke and Florida State. So, like I said, anything of importance for Clemson is pretty much over. Like, as far as this year, I think for Clemson now, you kind of just got to start focusing on like slick 2024. Like, honestly, to be real, keep playing Cade. I think I like that Tyler Brown guy that Clemson got. Definitely keep playing him. The young guy, I even like the Stiletto kid. I think he's number 10. I like him too as well. Play him more. I would like to see a third running back at this point. I like Will Shipley and Maffa. They're both really good. They both deserve their touches. I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to take touches away from them or anything like that. But also as well, I think like one of them is probably going to be gone come, the end of the season. So maybe even both. So I would like to see another running back kind of get some more touches as well. At this point, Clemson should be building towards 2024. I know that sounds jacked up. I know that's a depressed way to look at football, but that's just kind of where Clemson is right now. They kind of just need to focus on. I thought Cade played well. Honestly, I don't know how you feel about Cade. I thought Cade Klubnik played really well in that game, besides the fumble and besides the bad decision he made to pass the ball, which he shouldn't even had that option to even do that. So that falls back on coaching. So I'm not even going to blame him for that, because if you look at that play, he had the numbers. There were only 2 cornerbacks over there and 3 wide receivers. So I understand why he was like, okay, let me just throw it, because that's what you do in an RPO. But besides the fumble, I thought Cade played amazing, honestly. That's the best I really had seen him play against actual talent, really, ever. Because when we played North Carolina last year, let's be honest, North Carolina had the 3rd worst ranked defense in the country last year. Florida State ain't really much better. They were like 104. But still, Florida State has a lot of talent. They have a lot of dogs. I thought Cade Klubnik really answered the call. I thought we used the middle of the field a lot better. We used Jake Brennan School. I know that's your guy. And his dad is a fan of the podcast. He listens to us. I thought that they did a really good job. Cade went 25 for 38, 283 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's pretty good against a pretty good Florida State team. Tyler Brown, 5 receptions for 84 yards. I thought Clemson did everything they needed to do to win that game. The adults in the room lost that game for Clemson. That's the facts. Dabo Swinney, Garrett Riley, Wes Goodwin, those guys lost the game. I'm not mad at not one single player on the Clemson Tigers team. Normally I am. This week I can't. And I think that's kind of the more frustrating thing is like, it's kind of like we played good enough to win. Like we still lost. And, like I said, it kind of sucks that it's September 25th in the season of anything of importance. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of sucks, but that's kind of my take on it. I want to get your take on the game. Like, how did you feel about everything that Clemson did in that Florida State game? Because there was some good stuff. There were some things to be encouraged by. Honestly, it really was.
Yeah, I feel like, like you said, we can start playing for next year. And there's it's so weird to say, but it's almost like there's no shame in that either.
Yeah.
Like for Clemson to start playing for next year, like go ahead and start playing some of the younger guys. Like I think, like you said it best just a few minutes ago. We played well enough to win.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with what some people were saying when they said that, like, you know, the better team lost, you know, because I mean, Florida State's just super talented, right?
Yeah.
Like, because if they came in, then we would have said the better team won. You see what I'm saying? If they came
Right.
in and just
Right.
blew us out. And so, but at the same time, I feel like Clemson's players, specifically, Cade Klubnik, Tyler Brown, and when they got him involved, Jake Brennestool, I feel like they all really contributed it at a level that was necessary to win the game. Like you said, I've been hard on Cade all year, but he played very well
He
on
did.
Saturday. You know what I mean? And like you said, that last play just shouldn't have been really in his hands. That's all on Garrett Riley, Dabo Sweeney. And I personally think that Dabo specifically, he called out Wes Goodman at halftime, which is good, but you need to be calling him out in the meetings every single week. You need to be calling him out. You need to be going up to him. He need to be in your office weekly, okay? And you need to be saying, Wes, you got to prove it to me this week. You got to prove it to me this week. You got to prove it to me this week. You need to do that every single week. You know what I'm saying? Because in my own opinion, you know how I feel about Wes Goodman. I think absolutely when the season ends, they should go ahead and can him because this defense just doesn't look like the defense of old. And the players are there. I mean, my God.
We got talent,
My God, we got P. Woo, Root, my boy on the outside, Nate. Is he good? Did we hear about the injury?
Yeah, so Nate has, and I'm glad you bringing his name up because I got a hot take on Nate Wiggins that a lot of people may agree with or not agree with, but I'll let you finish first. But Nate is good. He had a bone bruise situation, so it's looking pretty good for him. I'm gonna be honest, and this is kind of gonna go into my hot take. If I was Nate Wiggins, I would not step on that field no more because he made a lot of money on Saturday night. On Saturday, Nate Wiggins made a lot of money. Keon Coleman was targeted 4 times against Nate Wiggins. You want to know how many times he caught the ball? Zero. Nate Wiggins will be a first-round pick in April. And like I said, I might as well just go ahead and jump into my take. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Nate Wiggins is the best cornerback in college football right now.
Ooh.
Nate Wiggins is the best cornerback in college football right now. I do not want to hear anything about Kool-Aid McKinstry because I know a lot of people love him. Nate Wiggins is the best cornerback in college football right now. They threw at him 6 times last week. Now you're going against 6'7" Johnny Wilson, right?
Yeah.
He's a huge guy, and you're going up against Keon Coleman, who's 6'4", and a lot of people are saying he's like wide receiver 3 or 4 coming out of the draft here.
Yeah.
And he shut both of them down completely. Both of them, man coverage. Nobody over the top to help. Nate Wiggins is I think he's the best corner in college football, honestly. And once again, I'm not even being biased. You know me. I'm pretty straightforward with stuff. I don't do team biases just because I think Nate Wiggins is going to be a top 15 draft pick in April. That's why I said I wouldn't even suit up no more if I was him.
Yeah.
I tell the Clemson, he made all the money in the world on Saturday. He don't need to suit up no more if I was him.
He was already looking great.
Yeah, he
was already looking great.
Ever since that Wake Forest game last year, it just clicked for him.
It clicked, yeah.
And he just was great after that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, I don't think there's a cornerback in college football better than Nate Wiggins right now. I just don't see it. He shut down 2 of the top wide receivers in college football like it was clockwork, like it was easy.
Yeah.
I think this guy said he's a top 5 cornerback in the draft. I would say like top 3. I don't think there's many cornerbacks better than Nate Wiggins right now, personally.
I think that's a good take. I mean, ultimately, when it comes to the NFL draft, I don't have any problem with him sitting out or any other player from Clemson that wants to sit out. Go on and sit out, bro. I didn't know Kool-Aid was still in college. That's crazy. But brother been there for about what 6 years now.
Yeah.
He been there for a while. But it's you right though, man. I mean, I'm trying to think of a guy that could be better. I don't know. You know what I'm
I-
saying?
I'm,
It's
I'm,
hard.
I'm telling you, bro. I think the guy at Oregon, his name is slipping my name right now. He's
Number
really
5.
good too. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
can't think of his
yeah.
name.
I can't think his name
He's
either.
up
Yeah, I know
there. He's
exactly what
up
you're
there
talking
for
about.
sure. If somebody knows
Yeah,
his name, please let us know in the chat. But number 5 for Oregon, he needs to be in that discussion. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. Wiggins to me, he in the last year, since that Wake Forest game last year, almost to the date, he's been the best corner,
the
I
best
think.
cornerback.
Yeah, in
That's a
college
good take.
football, and especially this year. And once
Mhm.
again, I know not everybody's going to agree with it because everybody has this "I hate Clemson," vibe. But I'm just being real. If you turn on the film and you turn on the tape, Nate Wiggins has been amazing. I asked Twitter today, when is the last time we seen a cornerback at Clemson this good? Because I think AJ Terrell and him are kind of close, but I would put Nate like a little bit above AJ Terrell, in my opinion. I would put Booth right under AJ Terrell, and then you know who my favorite corner is in this Dabo era. It's Mac Alexander. So to me,
Mhm.
I think for me, I would put Nate Wiggins like number 2 personally
I
on
would
this
say,
in the Dabo Sweeney era. In the Dabo
yeah.
Sweeney era, yeah.
So I like Alexander. I thought Tankersley was really good across from him.
Tankersley was good too as well. Yep, he
Um,
was.
Nate, I like Nate up there. I'm trying to think, man. It's another guy. Booth was good too. I feel like it was another dude in there, man. I can't even think about who it is though.
Booth, AJ Terrell. Who else has played? Trayvon Mullen. Um,
Yeah,
I'm thinking about all the Dabo Sweeney era guys. Now I'm not
yeah.
going back to like Brian
Bart
Johnson.
was
I'm not going all the way back there. I'm just saying only the
man. We done
Dabo
had a couple
Sweeney
guys. I think
era.
Byron Maxwell played a couple years, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
Was
he
that
was at the
was that in the
beginning
Dabo
of
era?
Dabo era. Correct.
Okay. I know we got some other corners out there too. I like Terrell, man. I think Terrell was really good. Now I will
He
say,
was his junior year.
I
He
will,
was amazing. Besides the national
yeah,
championship game.
yeah. I was about to say, I will say that the only thing about AJ Terrell, and it's kind of the same thing in the NFL, he does have times where he just absolutely gets destroyed, and
Yeah.
that's the only knock. Like he'll lock down everybody, like even the best receivers, he'll lock them down, and then one day, you know what I'm saying? It's just like one game, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna get
Right.
beat a couple times today. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But other than one game out the year, I think a lot of people really focus in on that one game because it usually be pretty bad. But
Yeah.
no, I agree. But Nate Wiggins, I honestly he struggled up until that Wake Forest game. I would say he was kind of hit or miss. But
Hmm.
after that, he
After
been
that,
straight
he
up
been
lockdown,
on, bro.
straight up
He been
lockdown. Wasn't he
on, bro.
defensive player of the ACC championship
Yep,
game?
he
Didn't he win?
was. Yep. He won MVP of the ACC championship, I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. Well,
Oh
King won
yeah.
offensive
Tyree
MVP.
said it too. Kalen King is another one from Penn State. I definitely will
Oh
have
yeah,
Kalen King in that same. Yeah, that's a good call.
yeah,
Kalen King is another one I would say is up there with Nate Wiggins. I would
yeah.
say Nate Wiggins, the dude from Oregon, and Kalen King.
The
Then would
three
be
best.
my top 3 cornerbacks coming out the draft. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I think Nate Wiggins can make a true argument for cornerback 1, especially
He,
after what he did on Saturday.
he probably
If I was
can.
him, I wouldn't suit back up, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yep.
He made his money. I say I'm
Heal that
done.
leg. Heal
Yep,
that
he'll,
leg.
he'll up, bro. Straight up, bro. That's exactly
I'm
what
not
I would
mad at
say.
it. I'm not mad
No,
at it.
I'm not.
And I
I'm not
don't.
mad at all.
And I think ultimately, that's kind of an issue with a lot of these Clemson players and the team as it is right now. Like it's okay. Like if they want to sit out, if they don't want to play no more, I'm 100% fine with that because like you said, this season's already over, and this
Yeah,
coaching staff is absolutely letting them down. Like after what we seen, like if there's a couple players on the team where I'm like, if you want to transfer, I'm not mad at you at all because they're not
yeah,
using you right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
In my humble opinion, we talked about this before. Phil Maffa, I hope you got your money or whatever it was because they not doing you right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the goal line. We've seen so many Will Shipley carries.
yeah.
And I hate to say it. I really hate to say it because he's a talented running back, but that brother just cannot get it done at the goal line. and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. At least this year. I know last year he had 15 touchdowns,
Yeah,
and they
last
was
year was
all pretty
definitely
short.
better.
Yeah, last year was definitely better. Don't get me wrong, but this year something just isn't hitting right. Like,
Yeah,
did he ever get his rushing touchdown? He finally got one.
yeah, he got in the end zone the other day ago. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Mhm.
but regardless, like the dude, he gets a lot of Christian McCaffrey comparisons.
Yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey way better than he is up
Yeah,
the
yeah,
middle.
yeah. It's
You know what I'm saying?
disrespectful to Christian McCaffrey at this
It
point.
very, very much is.
Yeah, yeah,
And this is no disrespect to Will Shipley. I still think he's one of the best running backs in the country. Super talented. I think Maffa is really talented as well.
yeah,
I just feel like Clemson doesn't use them to the best of their abilities. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um,
I mean, the same thing with I ain't trying to same thing with Jake Brennerstool. Jake
yes,
Brennerstool came out as the #1 tight end in
tight
the
end.
country when he came out. We are yet to have used him the right way. We finally started using him the right way the other day ago, and you could see we look like a completely different team.
That's what
We
I'm
start
saying.
using the middle. We start using our tight ends. I'm telling you, if Clemson goes back to using the tight ends, we can be something.
Yeah,
You know,
it could
like
be
I said, it was a
special.
lot of positive things about the game. I think that's the most kind of frustrating thing about the loss is that Clemson showed so many great things, bro.
Hmm.
Like offense actually looked really well and was pretty
Yeah.
much moving the ball pretty much at will on
Hmm.
Florida State. And that's the thing that's kind of frustrating. Like I see somebody here said, y'all think we're gonna be able to keep TJ Moore and Bryant Westco? I think so because they know they're gonna come in here and start immediately.
Yeah.
Which one of these wide receivers are stopping them from starting? Besides
Right.
probably Tyler Brown and
Yeah.
Anthony, you know what I'm
Antonio
saying?
Williams.
Williams, Antonio
Yeah, that's
Williams. I
it.
mean, that's
That's it.
it. The rest of these guys, when Brian Westco and because I don't think Bo Collins is going to be here next year, regardless. I think he's either
He should be
transferring or
gone.
going to the NFL.
Yeah, he should be gone.
Probably more so transferring. These guys are going to come in, and even if he was there, TJ Moore and Brian Westco are going to start over both of them immediately. They're both going to start over Bo Collins. Bo Collins is just not consistent enough. He's not good enough. He can't create separation. We'll talk about that with the Panthers later on.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like Bo Collins is just not Adam Randall. I'm sorry, bro. He's another one. I'm like, he looks the part of a Clemson wide receiver, but he just ain't good enough, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
just what it is. Like he wears that number 8. He looks buff. He looks ripped, but dude is just not good enough. He plays really timid to be that big. Like that's just the facts.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at with it with Clemson. But again, I thought we played well enough to win that game, and I think that's the most heart-wrenching part about it is that we played well enough. They go and
Yep.
play Syracuse this week. Let's see if some guys say, you know what, I'm checking out. Let's see. We're going to see what the team really is about this
I mean,
week.
it's week 4, so you might mess around and see somebody say, "Hey, you know what, Dabo? I'm good on the rest of the season. I'm gonna use
Yeah,
my red shirt." You know what I'm saying? You might see somebody. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't
And
either.
like you said, Jake Brennerstool, if he decide he want to go to somewhere that's gonna use that tight end,
I'm not
Iowa,
even
Notre
mad.
Dame, Miami, whoever else can use that tight end, I'm not even mad at you, bro. I'm
No.
gonna support you wherever you go. I swear,
Yep.
because you too
Yeah.
good. You too talented, bro.
Jake
You too talented.
Rennestool is way too talented to be getting wasted away in all
Wasted,
like
man.
this. Like,
I mean,
bro,
he's legit. And he's legit a game changer. I thought Davis Allen was a game changer too last year.
yeah, he
Like,
was.
you know what I'm saying? He luckily made it to the NFL, but Brennan Stool, I feel like Brennan Stool, his talent is
Better.
tremendous as well. Yeah.
Rennestool is more talented than Davis
Yeah.
Allen. I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Like this dude is fast, he's tall, he's huge. Like he's done so much, you know what I'm saying? Just a little amount of reps that he's getting. Excuse me, the little the small amount of targets that he's getting, but man, he just changes the offense. Like you said, he
Yep.
got that one big play down the field, you know what I'm saying? And the offense was just moving, was just
Yep.
clicking. You know what I'm saying? And it just stopped. And it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And once again, shout out to Papa Stool, man, because he's a fan of the pod, man. So I appreciate his love and support as well. Let's go ahead and kind of transition over to the biggest, really one of the biggest blowouts of the weekend, but also as well, one of the main attractions of college football right now, Colorado, going up there to Eugene and getting smacked on badly, 42-6. Now, Cam, What did I say last week on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram? I said, yo, people need to temper the expectations for this team. Did I
Mm-hmm.
not go on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and say all that?
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you the stats of what we've seen in this game. In the third quarter, in the end of the third quarter, the Colorado Buffaloes had 34 yards of offense. 34. Not 134, not 234, 34 yards of offense. At that point of the game, Oregon had took their starters out. It was Jover. They was blowing them boys out. It was bad. Bo Nix had a tremendous game, 28 for 33, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bucky Irvin, 10 carries, 89 yards. Jordan James, 7 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. Troy Franklin, which is another guy the Panthers might want to be looking at in the second round, 8 receptions for 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oregon was lighting their tails up. And I told people, Colorado is not quite ready to win those type of games yet. They're just not, and that's okay. They were a one-win team last year that brought back 10 people from that one-win team and brought in 75 new other people that have to gel with each other, get to know each other, get chemistry with each other. I knew they were not ready to win a game of this magnitude yet because, for one, I think people sleep on how good Oregon is. The talk this week should really be Oregon is really good. Like, Oregon is a really good team. And we're going to talk about Washington a little bit too, because I told y'all in the summer, Washington is a really good team as well. Yeah. Washington is a really good team that people need to stop sleeping on, because if I had to rank them right now, I would rank them number 2 or number 3 in the country right now. I really would. I think Washington is the second or third best team in the country. My number 1 will surprise people. I think Texas is the best team in the country right now. I think Texas is the best team, and we'll find out more about Texas when they play Kansas this weekend, because if they flop like they always do against Kansas, I don't know something. But I'm telling you right now, I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, Georgia won all these national titles. Georgia has not looked good, really, no game this season. And they've been playing against a bunch of elementary schools. Like, I can't sit up here and keep just saying, oh, Georgia's number 1, and they're playing against elementary teams. I can't do that, like, in my personal opinion. Do they have a chance to three-peat? Of course they do. But I think Texas is probably my favorite right now, and I think Washington is right behind them. But anyway, let me get back to my point. Oregon is a good team that people need to start paying attention to. And I think the talk should be more about, is Dan Lanning in this program taking the next step to be a national title contender?
So where would you have Oregon ranked right now?
I would have Oregon. Okay, I'll just lay it out here. So
yeah,
I'm about to say, I would have my rankings falling.
Yeah,
I would have at number 1. If let me go ahead and say this now. This is T-Tom's rankings. If I had to rank them right now, week 4, at number 1, I have the Texas Longhorns. I think they are legit. At 2, I would have the Washington Huskies. I think they are legit as well. At 3, I'm not gonna lie, man. I like what I seen from Ohio State on Saturday defensively. If they can figure out that offense, see, Ohio State has struggled defensively for a long time, but now they got the defense. Shout out to Jim Knowles. They look a lot better defensively now. I think they should probably be ranked number 3. At number 4, I would probably go ahead and say, I guess I'll put Georgia there. Again, I just need to see them be a little more consistent. 5, I would put Michigan. Same thing. They haven't really played anybody. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Florida State, don't get me wrong, I'm not even trying to sound like a hater. Florida State is not winning a national championship, bro. That defense is not good enough. Like, I'm sorry. If you were letting our wide receivers get separation, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You ain't winning no national title when you got to go play Washington and them boys. I'm sorry, bro. Florida State cannot play defense. Cade Klubnik sliced and diced them boys. The only reason they won that game is because of a fumble and a missed kick.
Yeah.
Florida State is true. Good enough to win a national title. I would put them at probably 6. And then at 7, that's when I start looking at the teams. That's when I start looking at teams like Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Like around that area. I would say Oregon starts coming into play around.
I think Oregon better than Florida State. I would say that.
I don't think you're wrong for saying that. Personally, I don't
Yeah,
think you're wrong for saying that. I don't think Florida State's a national championship contender.
yeah.
I'm telling you, this is the worst Clemson team I've seen in a decade, and Clemson
Mm-hmm.
in the game with them for the whole time.
Almost won. Yeah,
Oh, it should have won. It
almost
should have
won.
won.
They
Oh,
would, like you said, they would have won. Now, don't get me wrong. That defensive call that was a crazy elite timing of that blitz with
yeah.
on that fumble. That was
Mhm.
just pure magic. That was a
Yeah.
great call. So I got to give them props for that. But we win that game if Dabo Swinney don't do that stupid shit and call up a kicker that was on LinkedIn and accepting a call for real, accepting a job in New York starting next week. Keep in mind, this brother had quit football. He quit
completely.
He quit. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm not trying to sound rude. Let's just call it what he did.
Yeah.
He actually quit football.
Yeah.
Okay, because he was sitting on the bench for years, and he was like, you know what? I'm in grad school now. Football isn't life. I can get me a new job. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? He quit football.
Yeah.
And Dabo Swinney called him up and said, our kicker, we need a kicker. I know you ain't kicked in 18 months or whatever the number was that they had said. I know you ain't in shape. You ain't conditioning. I know you ain't kicked. I know you focus on class. I know
And
you got a job starting.
He honestly did pretty well.
He did good. He did good for somebody that ain't kicked in a while.
Yeah.
But it's still absolute.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna let you get back to your point, but it's still absolute mismanagement. And that's another.
Yeah,
And like you said, that's part of coaching. That's one of the reasons why why we lost the game. Why Clemson lost the game.
Yeah.
You called up somebody who had quit football and brought them in to kick a game winner. Played
to kick the game winner. That's the crazy thing about it, bro.
He literally picked him up off the couch in Charleston, hours away, and said, "Come on and kick this game in the biggest game of the year for us. Come on and kick for us in the biggest game of the year. This would be cool. This would be a good story. This is a good story. We don't care. We don't really care about wins and losses. This is a good story. I'm tired of that, man. But go ahead, bro. So you had Oregon at 7.
I think I'm with you. I think I would put Oregon above Florida State. Personally, I just don't. And I'm gonna tell you another one, man. Y'all better quit playing around with Duke, man. Watch for Duke this weekend, bro. Y'all better quit playing around with Duke's name. If Duke knock off Notre Dame this weekend, we gonna know something. I keep telling y'all, I don't think Florida State is the best team in the ACC. I'll just go ahead and say it. I think Duke or North Carolina right now is the best team in the ACC at this moment. Florida State, I'm not sold on them at all. They struggled with a horrible Boston College team who Louisville just routed. And they struggled with, like I just said, the worst Clemson team I've seen in a decade. They should have lost. I don't think Florida State is in the clear. Like, I think they think, oh, we beat Clemson. It's Jover. We can just chill out for the rest of the season. I don't think that for Florida State. They are very gettable. Miami
they
looks
don't
better.
understand.
Yeah. Miami looks better. They play Duke in a couple of weeks. Again, Florida doesn't look horrible. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think Florida State should just be like, oh yeah, we chilling. I'm gonna be real, bro. I think they got some chances for some L's on this schedule
coming up. It could be the ACC, man. Listen, we said it last time, but the ACC is pretty good this year, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
For real. It's pretty good. You got, like you said, Duke looks like a very experienced and good team. North Carolina obviously has Drake May. You know what I'm saying? I think that takes them a long way.
Defense has improved as well.
Yep, defense has improved. And then, like you said this. You need to be patting yourself on the back because you said this in the offseason. You said Louisville was good. You said not enough people is talking about Louisville.
Yep.
And they 4-0. They sitting at the top of the ACC right now. They tied with Florida State. If the season ended today, it's Florida State, Louisville. That's crazy. That's insane to me.
I told people that Louisville got better by letting Scott Satterfield go on to Cincinnati. I told people that. Jeff Brom is a better coach than him. And on top of that, he's brought in the right talent through the transfer portal and has gotten better. I told everybody that Louisville can win 9 games this year easily because their schedule is so manageable. And I try to tell people that in the offseason, Florida State, Clemson, Florida State, Clemson. Now, as today sits, as you just said, if the season ended right now, we're looking at Louisville, Florida State in the championship game. Like, that's where we're standing. And when you look at Louisville's schedule, I'm going to go through it real quick. Louisville is set up for success. They have NC State on Friday. NC State struggled to beat Virginia. They're probably getting that win on Friday. Then they play Notre Dame. That's going to be a good test for them. But once again, that's not a conference game. So they can afford to lose that game.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They can
then
lose.
They play Pitt. Pitt is garbage. They are horrible. Pitt is sorry. Then they play Duke. That's probably going to be their hardest game of the year, but that game is at home on October 28th. Then they play Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is horrible. Then they play Virginia. Horrible. Then they play Miami at Miami. That's going to be a tough game for them. And then they play Kentucky, who's another non-conference game. I mean, Louisville might like run the table here. Like Duke and Miami is the only 2 games I see on the schedule in the ACC that they should be worried about. I told y'all, I think Louisville could end up in Charlotte. Like, it's a real thing that could happen. And I try to tell people that in the summer, and they didn't want to listen to me. So, I mean, it is what it is. But let's go ahead, move forward a little bit. Let's just touch up on the Notre Dame, Ohio State game. Game was crazy. Marcus Freeman, brother. I can't give you a break on that last 2 plays where you knew you had 10 players on the field and didn't put it. Bro, you at the 1 yard line, bro, talking about something. I don't want to call a timeout because that's going to have Ohio State reset themselves. Bro, you at the 1 yard line. You need them big bodies in there. And the thing was, he wasn't missing a safety or like a linebacker. Bro, you was missing a D lineman. Like, come on, bro. Like, Marcus Freeman, bro, you would have been better off not even admitting that, bro. Like, I'm going to be straight up with you. You shouldn't even admit it that, bro. I'm going to be honest.
But, to say that you knew about it, that's ridiculous to me, man. Like, when I see, like, when it to me, it's one thing when you say, if he didn't come out and say, yeah, I knew there was only 10 guys on the field. If he didn't come out and say that, I would have been like, okay, that was just a lapse, a mental lapse on somebody on the sideline. Because I think he knew, bruh.
Marcus Freeman, I ain't gonna lie, man. Notre Dame fans have every right to be furious with you now because that would have been the biggest win in their program history in a minute. Yeah, that's tough. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
To say that you knew, because like I said, when I seen that the score was so close, and when I seen that it came down to a goal line stand pretty much, and that he purposely had 10 people out there when you can have 11. Like, my God, bro. Like, at least what he could have put 12 out there twice in a row and be like, you know what? That was an accident. And made them, you know what I'm saying, made them redo it or something. But you put 10 out there for what?
Bro, you could have told somebody to jump off sides, bro. To get your 11th hurt, like,
right.
Bro, and you at the 1 yard line. It wasn't like they was at the 5 or something like that. They were at the 1 yard line. All they was gonna do was move the ball like 6 inches.
Right.
Like, Marcus Freeman, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you a brother, so I really want you to succeed, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now, Marcus Freeman, brother, if you go down to Durham this week and lose that game to Duke, and you black, he's just gonna go to the. You know it's gonna be nasty work for you when you get back to South Bend. They gonna want your head off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, Marcus Freeman. I think somebody said it right here. If he don't get this thing together, his days will be numbered.
Oh yeah.
Quickly up there. You know, they fired that one black coach, and he had a decent season. They fired him after 1 year. So again, bro. Oh, one more thing on college football, then we're gonna move on to NFL. I want to say something real quick. This is no disrespect, but I gotta be honest. Washington State's quarterback Cam Ward is the truth. Ain't nobody in the country talking about that dude, but he is the truth. Bro was 19 for 20 the other day ago and was elite at passing the ball, bro. I just want to give him a shout out. And another thing, too, DJU looked horrible, bro. Again, at Oregon State 2 weeks in a row, bro. That DJU has looked trash at Oregon State, bro. And everybody, a couple weeks ago when Clemson lost to Duke, everybody was saying, oh, well, Clemson was the problem. And yeah, it's Clemson's fault. No, bro, DJU was part of the problem, bro. He still is not really that confident in his game, and he still is not really good. So I wanted to say that too, because I feel like a lot of people just blaming Dabo and blaming Clemson. No, bro, DJU is still not good. They got another tough test on Friday against Utah. So again, if he shows up trash again this week, we gonna know something. And that's all I got to say about that, because I feel like people was trying to let him slide, bro. But at the same time, he has not played well in the last 2 games. I want to read off these stats in the last 2 games, bro. DJU in the game before the last one against San Diego State, that man went 14 for 30. So not even 50% completions. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Now, let's go over to last week.
That's against San Diego State.
And that's against San Diego State, bro. Let's go over to last week. DJU against Washington State. And a lot of this is inflated because they came back late in the game when Washington State was pretty much dominating them. DJU went 17 for 34. So once again, barely over 50% completion at that point. 198 yards. So couldn't even get to 200. 1 touchdown that was scored in garbage time in an interception. Again, DJU was part of the problem with Clemson's offense. So I want to make sure that was clear, because I feel like a lot of people just wanted to blame Clemson. No, DJU still stinks, bro. Like, ain't nothing really changed, bro. Like, he still is not really good. I seen Oregon State fans complaining about him this weekend saying, yeah, Clemson fans was right, bro. Y'all was right, bro. I had one hit me up. I was like, yeah, bro, you was right. That dude still stinks. And I'm like, bro, I told y'all. His dad and them was doing all that parading around, acting like, oh yeah, ooh. No, your son still sucks, bro. Like I'm like, and he's a good kid. Don't get me wrong. He still sucks, bro. So that's just what it is. But anyway, let's move on over to NFL, bro. Do you want to start off bad or do you want to start off good? What you want to do, Cam?
Let's start off good, man. Let's
talk about the good things of the weekend. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins put up 70 points. 70 points in an NFL game against another NFL team. 70-20, beating them by 50. You got beat by 50 in the NFL. Sean Payton, I know you hate him and I hate him too. God. So we're going to definitely get in on that. Man, I just want to read off some of these stats, bro. Tua, 23 for 26, 309, 4 touchdowns. Right now, Tua is my MVP, bro. I'm going to be straight up with you.
There you go. Hot take coming in for me, too. Tua is absolutely a top 5 quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. This season,
absolutely.
Bro, last year when he started off, he was top 5.
He was top 5, yes.
When he started off last year, Tua was top 5, bro. Straight up. And then he was top 5. Tua is top 5, man. Devon A-Chain. Oh, by the way, the Carolina Panthers took DJ Johnson 4 picks before this guy. Devon A-Chain went 18 carries for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert also as well ate good. He had 13 carries for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bro, Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. Bro, I'm telling you now, man.
And they had both the running backs that you said also had 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Mostert had 1 receiving touchdown. A-Chain had 2.
2. Yeah.
They both had 4 touchdowns.
This is what I'm telling you now. The Dolphins are the best team in the NFL right now, and I don't really even think it's really close. I thought the Cowboys were going to compete with them, but after what they did yesterday, the Dolphins are by far the best team in the NFL. I shouldn't hear nothing else about any other team being number one, even the Chiefs. The Dolphins are the best team in the NFL right now. Yeah. And I'm telling you, if Tua can stay healthy, it is Jover for the league, period.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
No, I agree. I think the Dolphins, they got to be on every single power ranking. You should see the Dolphins as sitting at number 1. There shouldn't be the only other team that even comes remotely close. The only other team that comes remotely close is the 49ers.
Yeah, Niners. Yeah.
But still, they not the Dolphins though. No, like I think if they were to play, I don't know when they play, if they play at all this year, but that's gonna be a matchup. That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins, that could very well be your Super Bowl matchup.
Definitely.
Very well be. I think the Dolphins absolutely are the best team in the NFL. 70 points, bro. I want you to understand.
The thing is, bro, they made it look so effortless too.
They made it look easy. You seen me tweeting throughout the whole game. I said, why can't we have this? The Carolina Panthers aren't on pace to still score 70 the whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Have
saying?
we even got to 70 like in a year this
No,
season yet?
no. We got 27, 10, and 13, I think, right? 20. So that's what, 50? Whatever
So
that is. That's
just pathetic.
crazy. So yeah, like I said, them Dolphins, man.
Yeah, the Panthers. The
And
Panthers only have 54 points. They only have
54, bro.
54 points in the whole season.
54. Listen,
They got that in a
the Dolph-
game.
and the Dolphins got that in a game, and plus add 2
And
more
plus,
touchdowns to that.
yeah.
Like, think about this, man. And another thing I want to say too, real quick, before we move on to the next team, I do want to talk about the Denver Broncos for a second.
Yeah.
All right. And specifically their head coach. I want everybody to hear me loud and clear. Y'all heard my other tweet. It was very explicit. Y'all go listen to my tweet about Sean Payton, but I'm going to just give y'all the abridged, clean version right here. Sean Payton. My camera, I want my camera on me. I want my camera to see me. I'm looking right in the camera right now. Sean Payton, you are a bum. When I seen them 70 points, when I seen them 70 points on your head, when I tell you I was smiling like I just had a baby. I was smiling like I just got married. I was smiling like I just won $1 billion. I was so happy. Sean Payton, you are a bum. I hate you. I can't stand you. You suck. I don't like the look of your face. I know your breath stank, bro. You suck. You are a bum. All right. That little Netflix movie that you had with Kevin James and you was coaching them kids or whatever it was, that cute stuff, it didn't fool me not one bit. I didn't even watch it because I'm not going to watch it because you suck. This is exactly what you deserve. You feel me? I remember what you did as a Saint. I remember, and I'm not going to forget it. To all you Panthers fans out there, all you Panthers fans that were saying that you wanted Sean Payton in the offseason.
Nasty.
Y'all nasty for that. Y'all are nasty. I want y'all to understand me. Y'all are nasty because that man is nasty. I would absolutely not be a fan of that team. I would have switched my allegiance. I'm already considering switching my allegiance. Regardless, that would have been the nail in the coffin. He stinks. He is a bum, and he's getting exactly what he deserves.
Yeah.
70 points. I wish they scored 100. I wish they got 100. They should have broke the record on
They
his
should
head.
at least put up 73 for real.
They should have broke the record on his head. Listen,
Yeah.
I want y'all to understand the stuff that he said about Tua last offseason was disgusting. All right. The stuff that he said about Lamar Jackson when he didn't play in the playoff game was disgusting. The stuff that he said about Cam Newton over his career, the bounty gate, all of that was disgusting.
I mean,
This
even
man
the
needs
stuff
to be in jail.
even the things he said about Nathaniel Hackett, I thought were uncalled for a couple
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
That too was just uncomfortable and
Even
super
if it's
unprofessional.
true, like it's okay for us fans to say something like that, but you actually in the profession, you can't do that, bro.
Yes, you can't be disrespectful like that to somebody that you coach against. And I hope the Jets come to town and whoop your. Listen, Sean Payton, I still remember. And then what he said about Russell Wilson was a couple weeks ago was also nasty and disgusting. Talking about don't kiss babies. Let that man do what he want to do. Let that man build his own character and his own worth outside of football because you absolutely have nothing outside of football. You are a bum. All right. Everything about you absolutely sucks, and I'm glad that you're failing right now. And I look forward to it every single week. And I hope when my Carolina Panthers play you this year that we break the record on y'all. All right. I hope.
We played Denver this year?
I don't know. I think we do.
I don't think we do. No, we don't.
Okay.
We played them last year. Yeah, we played them last year.
Oh, we played them. Okay. Listen, whenever the Carolina Panthers see you again, I hope. Matter of fact, I hope the Carolina Panthers don't ever see you again because I think you're going to get fired soon. You feel me? Good luck. And
I ain't gonna lie, the way it's looking, if they really fail really bad,
they
like
stink.
let's say they go 1-16 or 1-17, I guess however this thing works now, 1-16 or 2-15, 15 or something like that, I could very well see a likely case where Sean Payton gets fired. Or might just say, hey, I'm out and quits and goes back to TV. I can see that for him.
He probably will because he's a bum. And they traded for him. And they honestly, the Broncos deserve that too. They deserve that too for trading for him. So I was happy. Yep, I was happy about that. I'm glad too. But yeah, we can move on though. Let's talk about
Oh,
let's
hold
see.
on. I
We
wanted to
have,
talk about I want to talk about the Bears real quick too, because
oh, okay, yeah,
whoo, Chicago Bear
another
fans,
blowout.
man, listen, bro. We talked about this a little bit last night in the town hall. I'm losing faith in Justin Fields, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm losing faith in Justin Fields, and I know not everything is his fault, but bro just looked broken, bro. He looked. I seen a video today where he was going back and forth with the fans in the stands because they were saying he was trash. It's not that dude. And not no funny stuff. Like I'm actually really like sad for this kid. He looks completely broken.
Broken.
I mean, and it sucks because he was such a confident guy. And I think, like you said last week, you seen it kind of leaking out. He's frustrated, man.
Oh
He's
yeah,
frustrated. I think he said something either in the summer or last year where he was kind of saying like, "I slick don't really like Chicago because it's too cold." He said something on the likes of that, like he would like to play in a dome stadium or something like that, kind of insinuating that he don't really care to be in Chicago. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I always say this: you judge a quarterback in year 3. That's first year, he's a rookie. Second year, he's still learning on the job. Third year is when you really start to learn, okay, what is this guy going to be? It's
right.
year 3, and he looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie, that whole draft class right now, and Trevor Lawrence even might be on the chopping block as well, does
Hey,
not look
hey,
good at all.
hey,
That was supposed to be like this decorated
the
draft class,
best, the
and
best.
it's not looking good for that 2021 draft class of quarterbacks at all. It's not. Mac Jones doesn't look good. Trevor Lawrence has struggled badly yesterday. Um,
Trey Lance,
Trey
faded.
Lance is a backup. Zach
Justin
Wilson's the
Fields.
worst starting quarterback in the NFL, not named Desmond Ritter. Yeah,
He's the
you think he
worst.
better? You think he worse than Ritter?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty
yeah,
bad. He's pretty
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
He was pretty
Cause,
bad.
cause, like the only difference I will say, I got to give it to Ritter a little bit. He can move. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He can
yeah,
move. Zach Wilson don't be doing none of that. Like
nothing.
let me put it this way. I seen something that ran across the ESPN ticker, bro. Joe Namath,
Yeah,
Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the best ever,
yep,
probably the best Jet ever,
yeah, yeah.
said that he was sick and tired of watching Zach Wilson. That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, he's bad. He's
I think
bad.
Zach Wilson. I don't even think he a top 32 quarterback, man. He
No,
gotta
he's not.
be
No, he's not.
like,
I don't think Desmond Ritter is either, but I don't
nah,
think
he
he is.
probably not.
Sam
I
Howell was
think,
another one that looks horrible as
man,
well. He threw
man,
4
because
picks
that
yesterday.
man,
I mean,
both. So really, that 2021 draft class, the 2022 draft class, golly, both of
sucks,
them, both of
sucks
them, man.
because
Kenny
22
Pickett,
Kenny Pickett
Sam,
was terrible. Um, Matt
Sam,
Corral, we don't know where he's
Matt.
at. Is he even? Did they find him? Not trying to be funny. Like I know.
I don't. I think they did, but it's
Okay,
like they.
I mean that
He's
draft class is terrible.
yeah. I mean, it's it's funny too because when you look at both classes and you combine them, yeah, Trevor's number one, for sure. But I mean, my goodness, you would have to say the next best quarterback is almost well. I
Probably
guess
Mac
it'd be
Jones.
Fields. Oh yeah, yeah,
It's probably Mac Jones because
yeah,
Justin Fields, man, he barely
yeah,
like a top 32 quarterback at this time, man.
yeah. You
I'm
true.
gonna be
Yeah, you
honest,
right
bro.
about that. Yeah,
It's probably
he
Mac Jones, and Mac Jones ain't really much
he
better.
he not top 25. That
Yeah,
Mac.
so
Oh my
it's
god, that's
yeah,
terrible. I mean, I would say you got Trevor, you got Mac, I guess, and you got Justin. And then after that, I would say, ironically, the next best would probably be you almost got to say either Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis. And
yeah.
Malik is a backup. You know what I'm saying?
This year, Brock Purdy was he? What year
Oh, you know what? You know what? Slick.
was
Brock Purdy was last year. So Brock Purdy is actually, honestly,
Brock Purdy's the best of
I'm
that.
about to say, you really can make the argument at this moment in time. At this moment in time, I hate to say it. At this moment in time, he might be
The best
Slick
in that class.
in both of them classes. Slick
Slick,
might be.
Slick.
You know, not. I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to hate
I
on
know
Trevor, but Trevor been struggling, man.
you
You know what I'm
slick, right?
saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
He might be. Oh, golly, that's
Uh,
crazy, bro.
the last pick in the draft
The last
might
pick
be
in the
the best
draft might be
quarterback,
better
bro.
than the first pick in the draft before that. That's insane.
Mm,
That's absolutely insane.
hell. While we talking about quarterbacks and draft, Cam, I'm gonna be honest, brother. I'm getting a little nervous, man. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. CJ Stroud, the truth, man. CJ Stroud is the absolute truth. I've seen 3 games. I've seen enough. This guy's going to be in the league for a long time. I said
Yeah.
that last night. CJ Stroud is going to be in the league for a long time. This kid's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. When you look at him, he is NFL ready. The game is slow for him. He doesn't make many mistakes. He just has that
You don't
leadership
have no
quality.
interceptions. Yeah.
I'm telling you now, when I look at him in his first 3 games, it almost feels like I'm looking at Cam Newton in his first 3 games. You remember when Cam Newton just came in and immediately lit the NFL on fire?
Cam Newton jumped into the league and was immediately a top 10 quarterback.
I think CJ Stroud's heading that way. I'm gonna be honest. CJ Stroud looks better than Justin Fields already. He hasn't had it. Justin Fields has not had a game as good as CJ Stroud already, and CJ Stroud's only 3 games into his career. I'm telling you, as a Panther fan, I'm getting real. I love Bryce. I'm not giving up on Bryce. I still think Bryce can be good, but I'd be lying to you if I said I'm not a little nervous because CJ Stroud, when I watch him, that guy's NFL ready, bro. He's ready to ball, and he's an impact player already. I wouldn't be surprised when the season ends, man. He's top 15 quarterback already.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good,
man.
bro.
You can almost make the argument through 3 games this season, he's already top 15. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I mean, you got guys that have struggled.
You can make a serious argument for that. You really can. Tank Dell already looking like a really good wide receiver, man. That duo is going to work in Houston for a while. I'm not going to lie, man. Houston, they got something. Houston got something, man.
Yeah.
Nico Ryans already got these guys looking pretty. I mean, they obliterated Jacksonville.
The Jags.
At all. I'm telling you now, man. I've seen enough. CJ Stroud.
That's probably
for a while.
That's legitimately got to be the best Texans win that we've seen since
in a while.
Since number 4 was there, you know what I'm saying? Since JJ Watt was there, you know what I'm saying? Like it's been years, man, for the Texans, and
for that. They did.
So I seen a stat earlier that said CJ Stroud, if I'm not mistaken, he got a higher passer rating than Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love. He's got the most passing yards without an interception of any quarterback, rookie or not. And I think he got more. I don't know if he got more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes or something, but it's something crazy.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
In terms of all rookie quarterbacks.
This is a great comparison. Shout out to Tyree. Sorry to cut you off. CJ Stroud reminds me of golf, but more talented. That is a perfect analogy.
I don't see why.
That is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cam. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You're right. I don't see how that's false. I think you're right. I think, as good as Jared Goff is, you know what I'm saying, CJ Stroud looks the part too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He looks just like it. I mean, or better. You know what I mean? So he's taking care of the football. He's getting the ball to his wide receivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looks comfortable. Like you say, he looks very NFL ready.
Yeah.
And I joked with you last night when we said this, but he's legitimately already the greatest Ohio State NFL quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He ain't got to play another game. He'll be already the best.
Yeah, he'll be the best ever.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. It's just like you said, there is cause for an alarm for Panthers fans because Andy Dalton looked very good against the Seahawks. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that we have to say this. Obviously, Panthers fans are going to make so many excuses and say, well, the Seahawks suck, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line is we need to see it from Bryce when he comes back.
Yeah.
We need to see.
We got to see something, man.
We need to see. We got to see something. And I'm not I'm not trying to vilify him. I'm absolutely not saying that it's his fault that we haven't seen
Right,
anything.
right.
But still, you're the number one pick. You got to make something out of nothing, my boy. You
Yeah.
have to make something out of nothing. That's what we got to see something. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to say about it.
Well, let's go ahead and move into our last subject of the night, probably the Carolina Panthers. I mean, getting boat raced again, 0-3, 37-27. I think the Seattle Seahawks, I had like 8 starters out. It still beat us.
All over the offensive line, all in the
All over the
secondary.
offensive line. It was, I mean, again, it's over. Let me just go ahead and it's over. The Panther season is over. It's over, and it's not even September 30th. It's over. This team stinks, man. I said this in summer. This wide receiving core is horrible. I thought Adam Thielen actually did really good yesterday. He had over 100 yards. And I thought Chark played a pretty decent game as well. It's over. This team might not win 4 games this year, guys. Straight up. Frank Reich, I'm really questioning that hire. How can you sit up here and tell me you got 200 years of experience on your coaching staff, but the Carolina Panthers are the most penalized team in the NFL right now? Most penalized through the first 3 weeks. Most.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, 28 penalties. Most penalized team in the NFL. I'm sorry, bro. I'm starting to already question the Frank Reich hire already. And I know people say, well, yep, this is what he does. He starts off rough. That's not acceptable.
That's not an excuse, man. Yeah, that ain't.
We shouldn't be coming in giving our passes of, he always starts off rough, so we're just going to continue that. No, bro. That can't happen. I'm telling you now, it's getting to a point where I'm already questioning Frank Reich's sense of urgency, sense of importance. And I'm telling you now, I think David Tepper dropped the ball again for the 3rd time. He dropped the ball when he hired Matt Rule. He dropped the ball again when he hired Fitterer, who I think is one of the worst GMs in the NFL. Then he dropped the ball again the way it looks with this Frank Reich thing. Yeah. He's dropped the ball numerous of times. Bro, if we were going to be this conservative, you should have just kept Steve Wilkes here that went 6-6 with a horrible team and almost got us to the playoffs, bro. If you were going to do this, and I know Chill's going to love to hear this, you should have just kept Steve Wilkes, bro. If you were going to do this, you should have kept Steve Wilkes. At this point, Frank Reich is what, 62, 63? Bro, it's about time for him to hang it up.
Yeah, period. Yeah.
At this point, it's Jover. You're not going to achieve anything at this point. I'm telling you now, bro. We talked about it last night. Frank Reich has never won an AFC South title. He's never really did anything in the playoffs. I think y'all say he had 1 win in the playoffs in his whole time of being a head coach. This guy, it just feels like we're going to be setting up for another rebuild in another 2 or 3 years, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's going to be the same thing all over again.
Same thing, man.
And before I let you go, it makes me go to another point. Should the Panthers go, if we go to 0-4 on next Sunday, which we probably will, should the Panthers go in fire sale mode and start getting trade assets? And again, I like Brian Burns. I think he should get paid. I want him as a Panther. But if we're getting to this point, and maybe Brian Burns is like, I don't want to be here at this point. Yeah. He's stuck, and I don't blame him. I think you got to start making some tough calls, bro, and tear this thing completely down and say, look, it's Bryce Young, and we're going to build everything else up. That's just my opinion on it.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all. I mean, I think it's time, bro. Like, we've been saying this for a while now, but you can't – there's no such thing as retooling when you haven't made it to the top yet.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I can understand, like, the Philadelphia Eagles retooled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Chiefs.
When after they won, after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they Doug Peterson had the right mindset. He said, "Look, man, we're not going anywhere with Carson Wentz. We're gonna put Jalen Hurts out here. I
Yep.
like what I see from Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna actually sit him, and we're gonna get a better draft pick, and we gonna build this thing up." You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's what Doug Peterson was gonna do, and they fired him for it, which is
Yep.
stupid in my opinion, but it's okay. It's whatever. They made it back to the Super Bowl anyway. They know how to retool because they've been to the top. They
Yep.
know what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? You just said it. The Kansas City Chiefs, they retooled in one offseason when they fixed their offensive line.
Yep.
The Cincinnati Beagles Beagles, the Cincinnati Bengals,
Yep.
same thing. They haven't made it back to the Super Bowl yet, but they fixed their offensive line and they
Yep.
got their quarterback and they got their wide receivers and they got their running back. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like the Carolina Panthers, what do we have? Let's be completely honest with me. What do we have? Do we have a quarterback? Do we have a quarterback?
We don't know. We don't
know.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna be honest. We don't know.
We
yet.
don't know.
I'm gonna be.
Exactly.
I know a lot of Panther fans ain't gonna like that. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like you said, you can't tell until year 2 or 3. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if we got a quarterback. We ain't got no doggone running backs.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Miles Sanders is the most overrated running back in the NFL.
Gotta be, bro.
I don't want to hear anything about Miles Sanders.
Gotta be. And I personally care. I like Chuba and Blackshear better than I like Miles Sanders at this point on Monday time.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Do we have wide receivers?
No,
absolutely not.
You know the answer to that.
Absolutely not. We ain't even got no dog. We ain't got no tight end. We really ain't got no offensive lineman. Ike Ekwonu, I'm so sorry, brother. I have to say this. I'm starting to question you.
Yeah,
you have not looked good this year, man.
I know he's a Charlotte native, but I'm starting to question.
He ain't looking good. He ain't looking good. Taylor Zavala, you did not look good against the Seahawks. I know you a rookie. You a rookie, but you ain't look good at all against the Seahawks. 19 pressures.
Bro. We don't have anything. Let's go to the defense side. We have a DN that probably wants out, and we have Derek Brown on the edge tackle. That's it. Linebacker-wise, we have Louvu, who I think is really good and thinks needs to get a contract. Shaq is getting older. He's hurt.
He just got hurt. He out for the season, right?
Again, so out for the season. So, again, nothing. We go back to secondary. We got Jeremy Chin playing freaking corner. Bro, it's Jover, man. We don't have
nothing. Jeremy Chin
is an absolute lie of freaking ability, man.
Nothing, bro.
Steve Horn can't stay healthy for 2 minutes, bro.
And that's why I'm saying, how can you retool from that when you have nothing?
Nothing. You
have nothing.
The Panthers.
You're retooling nothing. You're replacing nothing with nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's not a retool. You need to rebuild. You need to straight up say, you said, you need to straight up say, hey, look, man, Brian Burns, we appreciate your services. Yeah. We're not going to pay you. The Rams right there, last year it was 2 first-round picks. For some reason, they said they're going to give us 1. We'll take that 1.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Derek Brown, we going to hold on to you because you really all that we got. J.C. Horn, you can't stay on the field. They saying they gonna give us a 4th or a 5th. Bye. Dante Jackson, they saying that we gonna get a 5th or a 6th for you. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Jeremy Chin, we gonna get a 5th for you. Bye. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all going. Von Bell, what's my man other safety name? Xavier Woods. Y'all can stay just because nobody else wants y'all. Y'all can stay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already under contract. Y'all can stay. All right. CJ Henderson, we can't even get a 7th round pick for you. We gonna have to trade you off with a pick just to get cash in return, bro. Just to get cash in return. That ain't happening. My man, who is that got shook out his boots? Troy Hill, you old. Sorry. We have nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And on the offensive side of the ball,
I thought Deion Jones played pretty well yesterday, honestly.
But Deion Jones,
he old. Yeah, he old.
You know what I'm saying? Him and Justin Houston.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like these guys are old, bro. The only good players that we got on the roster, legitimately, in my opinion, that are worth anything, is Brian Burns, who needs a contract, and Derek Brown, who's going to need a contract next year.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I would say
Everybody.
I would say Frankie.
Okay,
Louis.
yeah. And
Frankie.
Louisville, yeah. And Louisville.
But
And
besides that, I agree with
Louisville need a contract, though. Louisville need a contract.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's really sickening.
Yeah.
It's just, if you need to rebuild and you need to get something for some of these players that ain't doing nothing for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't doing nothing for you. So ultimately, man, I think that I think this team is just in some really bad shape.
Yeah.
I don't know where we go from here.
You know who needs to be blamed? Scott Fitterer, the worst GM in the NFL right now. Scott Fitterer keeps sliding by. People keep putting the beam eyes on him. The dude sucks at his job, bro.
Yeah.
He's probably a good guy. He's probably a nice family man. Scott Fitterer stinks at his job.
Yeah.
He sucks. There's no depth on this team because he has continued to screw us in the draft. And I know Matt Rule was a scapegoat, but let's look at this year where he had full autonomy of who's getting picked. Bryce Young, hurt. Jonathan Mingo, hurt. And doesn't look good when he's in the game. Wide receiver is the easiest transitional position in the NFL, from college to pro. It's the most easy to transition to. Look at a lot of the rookies look at a lot of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Their rookie years, they were having 600, 700, 800 yards easy.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mingo don't look like he can get 200 yards on the season.
No.
I mean, this dude stinks. DJ Johnson, who you traded up for, who is 25 years old. You traded up for
2 straight healthy scratches.
2 straight healthy scratches. You want to know who was right behind him? Devon A-Chain. You want to know who they traded him for? Nick Herbert and what's my tight end out there in Pittsburgh?
Darnell Washington.
Guess what? Both of those guys are contributing right now for the Steelers. Both of them and are making plays for the Steelers right now. But we got a guy that's a healthy scratch 3 weeks in a row because he stinks and he's raw. But guess who said, let's trade up and go get him? Scott Fitterer. Scott Fitterer should not have a job tomorrow morning.
No. Yeah.
It irritates me that this dude even has a job, bro. He stinks.
I'm telling you, like,
you gotta laugh from crying, bro. Because it's like, dog, Panther fans, bro, we just in hell, bro.
It's no bueno, man. It's like you said, Scott Fitterer is to blame and David Tepper is to blame.
Yeah.
David Tepper is to blame. Like, these guys, David Tepper just don't want to win. I mean, it's as simple as that. And Scott Fitterer don't know what he's doing. He's in way over it. He's way over his head.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's unfortunate too because a lot of times we get fooled because he knows one thing about Scott Fitterer. I will say, there's 2 things that he does well. Okay, there's 2 things that he does well, but it hasn't amounted to anything yet. I want to preface this too. There's 2 things that he does well. Number 1, he can manipulate that cap. He makes sure that somehow the Panthers always have a lot of cap space. Okay, but he don't use it. He don't use it to sign people though. Notice that he give us a lot of cap space, but he don't use it to sign people. And then he gets picks back in the draft. He's good at moving around and getting picks back. But I mean, what is he doing with those draft picks? Absolutely nothing. Right. So it's just a shame that we're kind of stuck in this cycle. I seen my boy Chills posted a tweet earlier today that said out of ranked the 3 GMs that the Panthers have had: Marty Hurney, Dave Gettleman, and Scott Fitterer. And I really almost broke down right then and there because it's like, my goodness, man. Like, that's your 3 that you got to choose from? Like really, that's your 3.
When Marty Meatball Hurney is your best GM, you know
that's your 3, bro. That's your 3. That's really who your 3 is. Marty Hurney, Dave Gettleman, and Scott Fitterer. Marty Hurney is a reject, been fired more times than I don't know how many GMs, and somehow still got a job. Dave Gettleman got ran up out of New York. Is he still the GM?
No, he retired.
Got
He's Jover. They ran him out of New York.
got ran got ran up out of New York, and now we stuck with Scott Fitterer, who's just a younger version of both of them.
Yep.
Or really, honestly, you could say Scott might
Worse.
be even worse because he
Yeah.
can't even hit.
Worse.
He can't even hit
Worse.
on the players that he do draft.
Yeah, he's worse.
You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
say what you want to say about Marty Hurney. That first round pick, he was gonna hit every single time.
That
bro.
first round pick was a hit.
75% the whole all his year. If he was actually on the Justin Herbert train that year. That
Yes,
happened.
exactly.
You say what you want to say about Marty Hurney. He gonna hit on him. He
On
gonna
that
hit on
first
the
round.
draft picks, bro.
That's
On
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
round, he gonna hit, bro. I'm just telling you.
But he was
you
terrible after that.
You look at Scott Fitterer. Has he hit on a first round pick yet? We don't know what Bryce is. Ike Ekwonu looks horrible.
He looked like a bust.
We don't know. We don't know, bro.
Horn is an injury bust.
Horn is injury prone. Like
it's a shame, bro. Like Scott, like I said, I really think that the best draft pick that Scott Fitterer has made is Brady Christensen.
Yeah.
Derek Brown. and now he
Derek Brown. No, that was Marty.
No, I think I'm about to say I don't think that was Marty.
That was the same.
Because that was the same. Exactly. Yeah.
So
and that was his last year.
Yeah, Christensen's probably his best pick.
I mean, Marty Hurney. That's what I'm saying. Marty Hurney. His last year was he got Derek Brown. He got Jeremy Chin.
Yep.
I think those are the only two that's still on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I think so.
Because I don't remember.
YGM. Didn't we get YGM that year too? I think we got YGM that year too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And that was the year we went all defense. That was the year we went all defense. Yeah. He didn't hit on YGM, but he's still on the team. He's still contributing. So, but God, I mean, think about who is next year. So Scott Fitterer was next year. So he got Horn, bust, injury at least.
Yeah, injury.
Brady Christensen, a good player, but he's injured now. He's out for the season. Everybody else off the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, everybody else is gone.
If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think you're right.
Well, is that the same year as Terrace Marshall and Chuba? Yeah, Chuba was there. Chuba was that year. I don't know if Terrace Marshall wasn't that year, I don't think. And then last year, Terrace Marshall was last year, right?
No. Terrace Marshall was the year before last, right?
I thought Terrace Marshall was he the year before last?
That's what I'm about.
Yeah, he was because we didn't draft him last year with Icky.
Yeah, he was 2021.
Okay, dang. Yeah, so and then last year we got Icky. Who we got in the second round?
So last year we got Icky in the first round. Who did we get second round last year? Let me look.
Did we have a second round pick last year?
Did we? We might have did.
We must have lost it. That might have been the year we lost it because of Darnold.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't. Yep, it was a Darnold. You are exactly right. We had Icky, and then we had Matt Corral, who's no longer a part of the team.
God.
Brandon Smith, who's no longer a part of the team in the fourth round. Barno, who's a healthy scratch, no longer I think he's on practice squad or something like that. Sixth round, and then Cade Mays, who stinks. Kaylon Burns in the fifth round, who is no longer on the team.
Yeah,
so literally, that whole draft class is gone, pretty much.
Hey, what about 2021, bro?
Let me go back to the 2021 class. Hold on, I got you,
bro. You know how bad it is, your whole draft class.
Hold on, I'm about to go. So you got J.C. Horn first. Second round, you got Terrence Marshall. He looks like an absolute bust. Third, you got Brady Christensen, probably the best pick of this class.
Best pick.
Third, again, they traded up and traded back and did all that stuff. You got Tommy Tremble. Then in the fourth round, you got Chuba Hubbard, who actually Julie Rule, quote unquote, made that pick. Then in the fifth round, you had Davon Nixon. I don't even think he's in the NFL no more. Then you had Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor's on a practice squad somewhere. Then you have Deontay Brown. He's on a practice squad. Then Shy Smith. He's not even. I don't even think he's on a team right now. Is he? Is he on a team?
Not that I know of.
And then you had the long snapper in the sixth round, Thomas Fletcher, and then you had Phil Hoskins seventh round, who's no longer in the NFL.
That's got to be the worst. One of the worst draft classes.
It's horrible. Actually, it's horrible.
That one, and you know what? It's funny too because Chuba Brady and JC kind of save it a little bit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not, I mean, obviously they're not no stars or nothing like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? But they at least contribute a little bit to
Yeah.
some extent. But that next year class, that you legitimately, like last year's class, might Slick might be all bust. Every last one of them.
Yeah.
Because you said TMJ or not TMJ, but you said Icky and who's the other guy? You said somebody was up, and they was still the only ones that's still on the roster.
So on that class, the only ones that were still on the roster in that class, let me go back to it here. The only ones that's still on the roster from that class is Icky and also as well Cade Mays. And Barno is on the practice squad, but he gets moved up and down every now and then. That's right. It. Everybody else is no longer on the team. Literally. This just shows you how horrible Scott Fitterer is. This
year ain't no better, bro. This year ain't no better. Jay, look.
Look it up. Let's go ahead and look it up. Let's talk.
Go ahead
and look it up. 2023. Let's go ahead and look it up. Just for the misery. Just for the misery, bro. It's horrible, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all will listen to me one day. This sucks. Number 1, Bryce Young. We don't know if he's even good yet. Number 2, Jonathan Mingo. He stinks. Number 3, you traded 2 picks away to move up to get DJ Johnson at the age of 25, who's an absolute project player. And he stinks. And healthy scratch. Number 4, Chandler Zavala. We don't know how good he is because yesterday he looked terrible. He
was terrible.
And then Jamie Robinson, is he even on the team?
Scratch.
Anymore?
He is scratched. He been a scratch all 3 weeks. He was the last pick, Robinson. He been Bro, he been a scratch all 3. Bro, we drafted who was the first pick? We drafted Bryce, who we don't know is good. We drafted Mingo, who we know.
Bro. This is terrible.
So Bryce right now is a wait and see. Mingo is a bust. Mingo ain't looking good. Doggone Zavala. No, DJ Johnson been a scratch. Zavala been trash, and Robinson has been a scratch. Look at this, man.
This is embarrassing, bro.
All 5 of those guys. Only one that played last week was Mingo. Only one that played of your whole draft class. Only one that, matter of fact, the only player who played last week out of any of his draft classes was Icky, Mingo, and Zavala. Of all his draft classes last week.
Scott Fitterer shouldn't see another day in Charlotte, North Carolina as a GM, bro. That's
bro.
When you say it like that, it's really horrible. Like that's
they really should have left him in Seattle, like you said.
Yeah,
he should have just went right back to where he came from. It could have helped them out.
It's terrible, man.
And you know the funny thing about it though, too, when you look at the Seattle Seahawks since he left,
they've drafted better. They've gotten better.
Bro, they found Tariq Woolen in the 6th or 7th round, wasn't it? Or 5th round. Now, why Scott Fitterer drafted Kaylon Barnes? Just because he ran the fastest 40 time of all cornerbacks. Oh, we like speed. Didn't scratch. Didn't even make the team the first year. Jamie Robinson.
Scott Fitterer's a failure. He's a failure, man. I'm just gonna come out and say it. He's
a failure, bro. That Scott Fitterer stinks, bro. You was right. See, he fooled me sometimes. He really do fool me sometimes. But he not fooling me no more.
I tried.
He not fooling me no more, bro.
What
was that tight end name? He traded for CJ Henderson. What was that tight end name that he sent to the Jaguars? He signed Dan Arnold.
Dan Arnold, yeah.
Is he even playing, bro?
No, I don't think so.
Did all that and got a pick for him, and then the pick turned out to be I don't even know who it was. But whoever it is, they probably ain't on the team.
I think they traded that pick to move up and get Corral.
Oh my!
The pick they got, yeah, they did because they traded up a 3rd and then a 4th that next year. That was the CJ Henderson pick. They used that pick to go get Matt Corral. Man, I'm done. Let's end the podcast, bro. Let's end this thing right now, bro. The Panthers is Jover. Give up the franchise. At this point, if you move the franchise to Temecula, I won't even care at this point, bro. I'm done. This
Take it,
team
bro.
stinks, man.
Take it. Take it to Mexico City. Take it to Germany. Take it to St.
Yeah,
Louis. Take it wherever, bro. This is it,
as
bro.
long as David Tepper is here, this franchise is in hell,
Yeah.
bro.
And he
It's just
trying to
what
get
it
us.
is.
He trying to get Charlotte to build the Krispy Kreme dome, bro. It's just not happening, bro.
No,
It's just not. Them people ain't paying for that, bro.
no,
Them people, them people ain't paying for that. For
no.
what? For you to walk in the building and say it's bow
Lose.
time every time, and, and you lose. That's embarrassing, bro. Let's
Embarrassing.
go ahead. Let's go ahead and call it, bro. That's embarrassing.
Man, listen, man. Another great episode, by the way. This was a fun one, man. Cam had me cracking up. So,
Hey, we're
Cam
close play.
and T
We're close to-
podcast, bro. Ooh, boy, you a mess. Man, listen, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support tonight. This was a fun episode. I really enjoyed this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
The episode won't be out audio-wise until tomorrow. So if you want to re-listen to it again, it will not be out till tomorrow because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm about to get into bed. And I ain't gonna cap. I'm not editing the audio tonight, so it will be up tomorrow morning. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all love and support. I know we kept y'all a little long tonight, but another good episode. Cam, anything that you want to end off on, man?
Nah, man. Just everybody take care of your body for real, man. It's flu season, it's COVID season, it's starting to get cold. Please take care of yourself, man. You don't want to be sick. You don't want to be sick.
For sure.
So
nah, I agree.
take care of yourself.
You definitely want to take care of yourself during these times, man. All the time, really.
Yeah,
but definitely
yeah,
want to
true.
take care of yourself. So yeah,
Thanks.
man, definitely. Once again, great show, brother. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all's love and support. And we'll holler at y'all next time, man.